We've been kidding about it all morning, but this is serious. The symbolism of this moment. What is the symbolism?
Going to the mainstream, it adds to the milestones for 2021 for cryptos in the back of Tesla, allocating some of its wealth to it. The key thing to think about Coinbase is something significant has to go wrong or expect more of the same. Profits. It makes money. Next step, maybe going into the major indices. It's just part of crypto going to the mainstream. What's going to make it stop? I don't know.
Is there a conflict with Coinbase that they're also doing too much and that they're in the market and making a market as well, or is that just a distraction?
I think it's more of a distraction. Remember, one thing about Coinbase, Tom, is they're a major custodian. I've heard they help to hold up to 10% of total crypto assets. So that's money making money. A lot of that can be SEC-lended, and that's what's happening in the space.
What?
Security lending. You know, we can
SEC-lended, Lisa.
Yeah, of course. We do a lot of SEC lending here on Bloomberg Surveillance after we say transitory enough times. There is a question, Mike, as we take a look at Coinbase, which was valued at $8 billion back in 2018 and could have a market capitalization after today's listing on the Nasdaq of $100 billion. How is this thing being valued at a time when you're right? It is not analogous to any other bank based on all of its different functions.
It's the new world. It makes money. And let's look at Tesla as an example. They're the largest market cap of all the auto manufacturers, mostly put together. So what's going to take that to change? I don't know. It's representing the new world of technology, just not only in that mantra we hear, it's gradually and suddenly, just kicking in suddenly. The thing about Coinbase is people love to trade. Tom just showed it on his phone. You can trade in and out of these cryptos so easy now.
Let me try.
Well, there you go. And I look at it every day. I look at what's going to make it in.
Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. Just keep going. He's going to be looking at Coinbase for the rest of the show.
I'm trying to catch up with Matt Miller.
It is interesting how when you actually do your taxes, they say how many trades of digital currencies do you own digital currencies. It's actually new categorization in some of your state and federal taxes in the United States. There is a question, Mike, going forward about regulation, about being able to pay your taxes in Bitcoin, about what this is being used for. How is Coinbase getting ahead of that as they are one of the dominant platforms for the crypto asset?
Well, the question I like to ask when I hear that question is, can you pay your taxes in gold? Do you want to pay your taxes in gold? No. If you do, you monetize it, put it into dollars, and dollars are the best vehicle on the planet for transactions. And that's a key thing to remember. What's happening here is we're seeing the digitalization of money. Cryptocurrencies, a lot of them are speculative assets. And yes, the taxes are part of it. But hey, you sell some of the profit, you pay taxes. That's a good problem, having to pay taxes on profits. The key thing for us to remember is what happening in the space is the most widely traded cryptocurrency on the planet is the digital version of the dollar. This is a dollar gaining dominance organically, and the market doesn't really focus on that. So if we're going to see regulation, it's probably going to be on more regulation, things like Tether. And it's a key thing I like to point out is the U.S. has to do nothing, and dollar dominance will increase. Most notably, what we hear versus all this CBT talk in China.
Michael McGlone, the phrase in the IPO racket is, we left too much money on the table. Now, if we're priced out at a guesstimate of 250 and we're guesstimating out to 650, whatever the number is, who's being harmed here this morning or this afternoon? Who's leaving too much on the table?
Well, Tom, I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm really curious myself. The way I look at it, if there's something happens and it fails, I sense rising bids below the market, most notably in Bitcoin. And most people are looking to buy at lower prices. That's why we keep creeping higher. But the key thing I like to point out with this happening is technically, Bitcoin volatility, 30-day volatility, has just dropped to the lowest since the breakout above 10,000 last year. So the market's ready for something, ready for a catalyst, and something has to go wrong here, i.e. maybe it's overpriced, maybe it's overhyped, for Bitcoin to go down. Otherwise, expect more of the same. The bull market just to jump up to the next step of this rally.
Mike, you're here. I love speaking with you because you have an incredible view into the confluence of gold versus Bitcoin. We have seen Bitcoin surge to record highs. We have seen gold not participate in this rally. Is that duality explored to its fullest already? I mean, in other words, have people gone into Bitcoin who wanted to go into Bitcoin, and now if they're doing this kind of macro trade, gold will get a bid?
I think it's the early days. That's what I'm really scared about, Lisa. Just think of entities that have held gold for centuries are now realizing, oh, no, this analog store value is being shifted to digital in a world that's going digital. If you do not allocate some of your wealth from bonds and gold and everything to some of this Bitcoin, you might be missing out. Your greater risks are not allocated. To me, that's just starting. That's part of that domino trickle up there that's going to continue. I don't know what's going to stop it.
Yeah, I'm crushed, Lisa, because I wanted to get my $5 for joining Coinbase. If you join, you get $5. I tried my password, which was BitDog, and they didn't take it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll check in with you later on your triple leverage
Thank you.
Bitcoin
We're working
account.
it forward this morning as well. Michael McGlone, thank you so much. Really an eventful day. What's the time? When do you know what this thing is worth?
We'll see by the end of the day. I really want to see how it closes by the end of the day, and I suspect it'll be just as people expected higher.
Michael McGlone, thank you so much on Bitcoin and on Coinbase. Truly an historic day, worth studying.